Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to this video. This podcast is going to be about selecting niches. Now, I see that this is something that, a lot of people are still asking this question. And so if someone's asking that question, I think, they're at the very, very start of their journey. So first and foremost, the first thing I would say is if you're still thinking about what niche you should get into and you've been doing it for a while, then you should think about moving on from that step very, very quickly. And that's basically just a process of picking one and going with it. Now, the best thing to do is obviously to take action, right? So you can just kind of throw a dart at a dartboard.
Last couple of years, he's had good flashes.
Where you've put all the different niches and you can say, okay, this is the one that I'm going to go for now. This is where the dart's landed. You can do that, and you can, there's money to be made in any market. But I think the best way to go about this, and if I was starting fresh and I was looking at, okay, which market should I go for? There's a couple of things that I would do, and there's a few places that I would start. So off the top of my head, I think one of the first things that you can do is you can go to some recruitment companies that you admire, that you like, that you think that you want to be like at some point. And when you look at those companies, you look at the different niches that that company operates within. So that's one way of kind of picking which direction to go into. If you've been watching my videos for a while, if you're subscribed to this channel, and if you haven't subscribed, then I recommend that you do so. This channel is just here to really help people change their life through setting up a business. I believe that recruitment is one of the best and easiest businesses that you can run, set up, and have a good life with. So it's not one that a lot of people really know about. It's kind of one of those, if you know, if you're in the industry, or if you've got a friend in the industry, then you might know a little bit about it. But until you've actually done the job, until you've actually gone through the process end to end, you won't really know and understand what recruitment is. It's a bit odd and a bit weird in that sense. But if you're picking your niche, and what I recommend to do is like I said, go to those companies that you think that you want to be like and see what niches that they operate within, and you can pick one of those ones. A deeper level to that, going one step further into that, what I would say is you can then go onto LinkedIn and see the consultants working in that company, and then you can see which ones are specializing in what area. So for example, someone might say that they are specializing in JavaScript developers within the Midlands area, or the West Midlands area, to make it more specific. So then okay, cool, well, this company as a whole focuses on the tech sector, and they focus on healthcare, and they focus on construction. So they focus on these three different niches. But now I've looked into the company itself on LinkedIn, the employees, and I can see the different sectors and niches that each specific consultant recruits within. And then you can think, okay, cool, well, I can take one of those. So you can look at one of those and say, okay, I'm going to take one of those and kind of emulate what that person's doing. It makes sense, right? If that person is working for an established organization that's been running for years, and they've put somebody on a desk to do a specific market, and that person is marketing themselves out in that specific way, then it's clearly a market where there's been due diligence done in it already. Now, okay, I guess this is the third layer that you can go down, right? So say, for example, we're talking about data scientists now, right? So let's say, for example, you are a specialist at recruiting for data scientists. What you can do is you can then go to LinkedIn again, and you can see, if you type into the search bar, you can actually type in data scientists, for example, right? So you can type in data scientists, and you can see how many data scientists there are on LinkedIn. Of course, you can niche that further or filter that further by location. So then you could say how many of those data scientists live in London, or live in Birmingham, or live in the West Midlands, or live in Scotland. And then you can get a good grasp for how big the market is. So say, for example, there's 100,000 data scientists or people with that job title on LinkedIn, then you've got a pretty good chance of being able to make a few bucks in that market. And why do I say that? Well, because if there are 100,000 data scientists in a specific location, And you're more than likely to find that within a region. So say for example the southeast of the UK, you're more than likely to find at least, I would guess, 50 to 100,000 data scientists. Even let's just say if someone does it now and they see that there's only 20,000 data scientists there, that's still not a bad number, right? And why? Because ultimately when you make a placement on one of these data scientists, let's say, for example, the data scientist that you place they get a salary of 80,000, right? So you get them a salary of 80,000 at their next company, which is quite normal. If you're doing a 20% flat fee, then that's £16,000 that you're going to charge your client. £16,000. I mean, most people, when I speak to them and I say to them, what type of money are you looking to earn in your first year? Most people that I've spoken to have said between 50 to 80,000. People get quite realistic in that sense, and they think that they just want to earn the same amount as what a recruiter would earn, earning a salary and small commission. So it didn't really make sense to me. But, when I tell people that you can make 16,000 on one placement, and it doesn't make a difference whether you make 16,000 or whether you make 10,000 in terms of the process, you can make 20,000, you can make 50,000. It doesn't really matter. It just matters about the salary that you're working at and the fee that you're working to. So, at £16,000, if you're doing 2 of those placements a month, let's say that's £32,000. You do that over 12 months, that's, 384,000 a year. So that's how you can make £384,000 in a year quite quickly, quite simply. Just focus on that end of the market, high level salaries. And so if you're doing 2 placements a month, that's 24 placements in a month. That's 24 people. That's 24 data scientists that you've placed. So if the market's 20,000 data scientists in the southeast of the UK, again, if you're watching this in the US, then those numbers are just, scaled up massively. So anything that I say about the UK, just, multiply that by, 10 for the US, because everything is bigger in the US. So the opportunity is also massive in the US. The opportunity in the UK is huge as well. So don't feel any way about that. So if you're doing that 20,000, it's what I'm trying to say is that you don't need 1 million people to make £1 million. You only need, you only need around 50 placements at that level. 50 placements at that level to make £1 million. So this is a game of numbers. And those numbers also include your fees and the salaries. So just work at higher salaries. So again, I think the last tip that I would say is when you are doing all of this, make sure that you're focusing on a sector, on a niche, on a skill set that does have those high salaries. Because like I said, the recruitment process is the same, right? People who want jobs, companies who want people with specific skills. That's it, right? And you're there to fill that gap. You're there to make those introductions. So it doesn't really matter if you're doing it on a 20k salary or 30k salary or 100k salary. The process is the same. And if you want to learn the process of exactly how you can make 6 figures in your first 12 months, starting your own recruitment business, then the best way to do that is by clicking on the link below. There's one of 3 things that you can do. You can watch my free 7-step case study video, which is going to outline the recruitment process that I talk about all the time. And watching that video, you can get started. Now, at the end of that video, or you can skip that and just click the Calendly link below, you'll be able to book a appointment with me where you can speak to me about your desires, about what you want to achieve in your recruitment business. And if it sounds like I can help you, and if you sound like someone that I can help, then we can talk about bringing you onto the coaching program. It's a very select group of people that I coach. As you can tell, I give my time and I give all my energy and my efforts to making sure that you hit these figures. And that's been proven with my students that have come on the program now that are earning, in excess of £20,000 per month. And they've not done this before at all. They've come from zero experience. They didn't have any business before this. And now they've changed their lives by coming onto the program and taking action on what I've told them to do. So if you want to do that, you can click those links. The third thing that you can do is you can join my Facebook group. It's called the Tribe of Recruiters, and you'll get all the latest posts and join a community of like-minded recruiters who are all on this journey together. But You know, if you're serious about getting your recruitment business started, if you're serious about making sure that you're financially free, then you should join the program and you should book a call with me. So make sure that you do that by clicking on the links below. And if you've come to this part of the video, then why not leave an emoji in the comments below about how you feel right now and subscribe.